2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, let's go! Ready! We're ready!
Mike spoke.
Oh, here we go! Oh! Ready now.
A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Come to my world. We want it. Come to my world.
To throw is Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
Blue 80, 21.
58's the Mike. 58's the Mike.
All right, 25.
Now Ryan on first down. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
It's a gain of 9.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
To throw again on second down. Ryan, and it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Complete to Austin Hooper.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Ryan. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Colby Listenby. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. On for the extra point, Giorgio Tavecchio. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Ready.
3's the Mike.
60 out low.
3 is the Mike.
Y'all not ready. 80 weapon. He's coming.
This is Marlon Mack, 3rd-year running back. And not much there. Maybe a yard up in the 24.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Check 3.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
That's good for the Colts.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Check 30. Zip it.
On second down now, it's Mack. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Brissett from the gun on third. That'll be caught by Rodgers. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
They'll run for it. This is Mack. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Brissett now into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? He's having to run with a running back or a tight end. In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
First down, Falcons.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This one caught by Ridley. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Running the jet sweep with Ridley, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Ready, blue 80, white 25. Hey, sprint play. Ready to go.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Fourth down, and out comes the Falcon kicker, Giorgio Tavecchio. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. Tavecchio puts this one through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Baby, let's go. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley made his way into the backfield.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Another try after the first down sack. Brissett, and he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Tack McKinley picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike.
Hey, tight.
Mike, 53.
It's 3rd and long for Brissett. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jamal Agnew. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Fofo's and Mike. Mike's Fofo.
After the interception, here's Ryan. This complete to Jones. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the...
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Falcons push further out in front. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw, Brissett. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Switch. 66, bullet, ha!
On 3rd down, Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Kenyon Barner, deep for Atlanta. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 43. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Foxborough. The Patriots, they've opened a 2-touchdown advantage in that one. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Caught by Jones. Always got some breathing room. Julio Jones all alone. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Dan Quinn's told his offense, let's try and get 2 more.
Just like that. Just like that.
They'll try and run with Freeman. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Not today.
Brissett to throw on first. He completes this one to Mack. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be a 2nd down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Here we go.
Throwing, Brissett. Throw complete there, Rodgers. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
A gain of 15 yards. That's another Colts.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
I got you, son. Check.
Into the air once more. It's Brissett.
I'm here all day.
It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton.
We played to win.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Let's go. Let's do this.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. Vinatieri's kick is good. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Come on, fellas.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A loss of 2 there, second down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Shift. Kill.
On 2nd and 12, Brissett. And the catch made by Hilton. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 35.
That's another Colts
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Switch it, switch it.
64. Weak. Ball trot.
They'll run on first down. It's Mack. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Nice, sweetheart. Set up.
From the 29, Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Brissett. And that will be incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And that is no good. He hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in. And this score will stay right where it is. You know that they were thinking second-half comeback here. That's a big miss if they want to have a chance at that comeback.
A very big miss because time is becoming a real factor now, and they're 3 scores down.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
A nice pickup there. 18 yards. First down, Falcons.
A gain of 18 on the play.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Ryan. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Atlanta.
Ready. Back 25.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. The All-Pro Justin Houston in on the tackle.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
From the 17, Ryan. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Temple, Rock Ya-Sin. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Vic Beasley making it look easy, cruising in for the sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess, and it's 3rd down.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous. Watch the safety creep.
61, match box, light. Delta, Delta.
Let's go, let's run it. Hey, we got
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Got it complete to Rodgers. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also moved the sticks. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the fourth quarter.
Go. Motion. Check. 53's Mike.
Look, smell.
53's Mike.
3 buzz. Mike, 53. 53, Mike.
Switch up.
First down, Brissett. Funches has it complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. Brissett now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10. And now this is Hilton on the receiving end. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
53's the Mike. 53. Check 53. Watch twist.
Brissett again. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
58, boys. 58. 58's Mike.
You gonna get this? Ready to go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He completes it to Jones. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
25.
58, right there. Watch the flood. Motion.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Matt Ryan with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
53's the Mike. 53.
Brissett on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jamal Agnew.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Check.
Hey, let's get that ball.
58.
Get that ball.
Wide, 25 to 9.
Go 58's the Mike.
Base. Wide, 25 to 9.
On first down, Ryan. Throwing right, and that's complete. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
25.
Ryan now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. Ryan. Oh, and it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked by Pierre Desir. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Sack! Got him! Let's go, boys! Let's go!
A loss of 13 yards. It's second down.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
53, Mike.
Oh, look at this. Ryan's going to throw it. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. On 1st and 10, Brissett. It's caught by Funchess. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Check. 53's Mike. Check. Go. 53's Mike. Mike, 53.
Wahoo.
53, Mike.
They'll throw again. Brissett. Complete to Hilton. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. To throw, Brissett. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Colts pick it up. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for Atlanta, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Colts, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles